It gives me great pleasure to welcome you for this 3-day training program on the export marketing procedures and documentation organized by the FAPSI jointly with the ECGC, that is Export Credit Guarantee Corporation of India Limited. My special welcome to Mr. Vajjanathan, Chief General Manager, Andhra Bank, and Sri Shashikumar, Assistant General Manager of ECGC of India Limited. India's progress in terms of exporting of goods and services has been a remarkable since the mid of 1990s, especially compared with India's position in the early 1990s. The recent growth in Indian exports is primarily led by an increase in factor productivity, a growth in the world trade, increase in intra-trade and external sector for reforms. India's exports maintained their growth momentum in August 2011, rising about 44.2% year-on-year basis to $24.3 billion, despite the economic woes in the traditional Western markets. Imports too grew by 41.8% to $38.4 billion in August 2011, translating into a trade deficit of $14 billion during the month. Gems and jewellery constitute the single largest export item, accounting for about 16% of the exports. India is also leading in exporter of textile goods, engineering goods, chemicals, leather, and also services. India's main export partners are European Union, United States, United Arab Emirates, and China. Small and medium enterprises are the most significant contributor in the field of India's exports. There has been a prominent increase in the exports from sectors like both traditional and non-traditional goods, software, etc., and also including the jewellery, garments, leather, hand tools, engineering goods, software. All the enterprises with a good export performance have greater stability in the economy, but there is still a lot of problems in exporting the products by small and medium entrepreneurs to other regions, countries, or areas. They are not very familiar with the steps and formalities in exporting of the goods from India. They need to be made aware of all the steps involved in the process, such as registration of exporters, selection of export markets and buyers, receipt of enquiries, letter of intent, letter of credit, bill of lading, etc., insurance coverage, obtaining shipping order, certificate of origin, sending documents to importers, etc. These are all the procedures to be followed in exporting the goods. Today, credit delivery in a country poses many challenges in the short term as well as long term. Financial inclusion, extending adequate and cost-effective credit to productive sectors of the economy like industry, especially MSMEs, infrastructure, reforming credit delivery mechanisms, identifying the innovable product and service solutions to meet the dynamic needs of the emerging corporate are some of the major issues concerning. To sustain high growth of exports, there is a need to have well-functioning infrastructure, including electric power, road and rail connectivity, telecommunications, air transport, and efficient ports. On the domestic front, there is a necessity to put a proper infrastructure in place and eliminate the problems associated with the burdensome government regulations and procedural bottlenecks. I thank the Export Credit Guarantee Corporation of India Limited for its continued support in creating the export awareness among the trade and industry. I would also take this opportunity to welcome all the dignitaries and delegates to this program. I am very confident that they will benefit from this 3 days program. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.